Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. It's John here with a video on my 1990 Proton 1.5 SE LE. This is a re-uploaded video to the channel because the original had some sound qualities and it was one of the first videos that I recorded when I started my channel. So I can only apologise for the video quality, but hopefully the sound quality and the narration will be a little bit better for you this time around. Let's introduce the car then. This is my 1990 Proton 1.5 SE LE. It is now the last one in its kind in the world. How do I know that? Well, I know that because there were two left when I recorded this video, and well, I've since gone on and broken the other one for parts. Don't panic though, because it was absolutely posh rotten and it was no good. So it's gone on to save this one. The front grille has been reused, etc, etc, and some interior items as well. And that video about me stripping down that car is on the channel and will be in a card sort of in the top right hand corner now. And you can see that actually my garden looks totally different here to what it does. So the 1.5 SE LE, what was it? Well, it was a bit of a marketing ploy really by Proton. They've taken their top spec car, the 1.5 SE, back in 1990, and they've put a bit of a dealer pack on it, including decals, some wheel trims, and a boot spoiler, and interior wise you'll see a few little bits as well. I bought this car back in 2019. It was the very first Proton that I bought. I saw it for sale locally to me on the Car and Classic website, and they are and it was 700 quid. Yeah, I went down and I looked at it that evening, and it got some distasteful modifications to it, including some stickers everywhere and dodgy old wheel trims. So I went and had a look at it, saw through all that and saw its potential, and paid the £700 and bought it and drove it home that night, much to Mrs. John Coupland's dismay. And it is totally stock factory original now, as you can see, and the paintwork comes up lovely. It's finished in this Mallorca black colour, and as far as I'm aware there's only two other Mallorca black cars, or one other Mallorca black car, sorry, in the UK, and that is my Proton 1.5 GL, the Black Knight. And you can see this car's got its original rear number plate supplied by Shield Motor Group down south near London. And Shield Motor Group will be known to a few Doctor Who fans because David Burton, a playgoer, playman and actor, had a car supplied by Shield Motor Group with writing down the side claiming that he was the next Doctor Who. Obviously, he was never the next Doctor Who, but that's an interesting rabbit hole that you can fall down if you fancy doing some Googling. David Burton, Proton and Shield Motor Group, when he claimed, I think, to blag himself a Proton, maybe, that he was the next Doctor Who. This is a real early Proton in the UK, known as the 1.5. In Malaysia, known as the 1.5 Proton Saga, the Iswara being the later facelift model. So this is just the Saga, based on a 1985 Mitsubishi Lancer Fiore. And you'll see that this model is top spec. We've got a sunroof here. That's a Webasto top slider sunroof. It's not the top slider 2. They started using the top sliders back when they were imported into Bristol back in the late 80s. In this video then, I think we're just going to have a wander around, have a look at the car, have a look at some of the features. You can see that we've got these lovely plastic rumble strips at the bottom of the doors. They are a feature for the Proton 1.5 SE, and I'm pointing them out on the camera here. You didn't get those from factory. They were added at the import centre for the UK. Now, the paintwork looks quite good in this video. I must have clearly just polished the car and had it out for a specific reason. I think I had it out because my good friend Steph from iDriver Classic came and test drove this car, and she also test drove my Proton Black Knight. And it kind of sort of went viral from there. My love for Protons and my Proton YouTube, I suppose. Now you can see in the front grille there's a couple of blanking plates here. That is where somebody where the previous owner had affixed some badges and some spotlights, which were vile, absolutely vile. And since then, because I've broken another 1.5 SE LE, I've managed to grab myself not only a bumper with no holes in, but a grille with no holes in as well. And you can see the chrome trim on the grille there. That is specific to the SE. So the majority of grilles in the UK didn't have that chrome trim, so they were difficult to find. Oh, I've got the original, not the original, but I've got the front number plate on the car that came with it there as well. You can see it's the more modern font. That's since been removed. And yeah, there's the blanking plates. They're just little rubber grommets, little rubber washers that I had put in the grille and the bumper. Because when I bought the car, it did have a little bit of cosmetic damage to the rear bumper. I had to send it away to be resprayed. That rear bumper was repaired along with a respray on the boot lid due to a small rust blemish. I sent it to a company called Chips Away, and I was initially really impressed with their sales patter. I paid quite a lot of money for them to do the work, and actually, in hindsight, the job isn't very good. I wish I'd gone to an independent body shop as opposed to a big franchise. So if you're looking at Chips Away in Boston, don't go there because Mark, the owner and the franchise owner, is an absolute cowboy, and I'm allowed to say that because I had a bad experience. Let's take a look inside then. You can see we've got this lovely uprated, almost velour interior, and there it is. There is the Mark 1 dash. You'll see that in Lancers, you'll see that in Colts. And I like to say that that steering wheel reminds me of the Atari logo, that sort of double spoke logo. That steering wheel style finished in 1992. Only in real early Protons do you get this steering wheel, because that's the Malaysian steering wheel, but we've got a different horn centre. But I won't bore you about horn centres. Door cards, we've got keep fit windows at the back there. But these door cards were also uprated to this lovely velour cloth and this trim. And being the SE model, this car actually was nearly £10,000 brand new. I've got the original bill of sale to Mr. Bright back in 1990. And he paid, just shy of £10,000 for the car. And what did he get extra? Well, he got the special edition. He got all the power windows at the front. He got the LE floor mats, which you can see now in the video. And that's one feature you did get with the Proton 1.5 SE LE. And you got all these sorts of bits and pieces. But metallic paintwork as well. He paid for the metallic paintwork, which is probably why there's not many metallic black Mallorca black Protons left. As I say, I'm only aware of two, and both of them are currently sat in my garage this morning when I'm recording this. 30-odd thousand miles from new. I am the third owner of the car. The car was bought by the original owner. He died in 2019. The car then went to a local enthusiast who added the ridiculous decals and bits and pieces, who should not be allowed to keep classic cars. I've bought a couple more cars from him since, and they've all been in the same ilk, ruined. And then to me, who has put it right. You can see that I'm trying to show you the sunroof there. It's got the Webasto top slider grille cover that can slide back and forth, and we just saw as well the LE branded monogrammed headrests. Now sadly I haven't got a spare of those, because when I went to strip the other LE, they were missing. They're only like a stretchy material. Digital clock in your SE LE, and we've got the Blaupunkt Cambridge, I think it's an SQR29, I can't quite read that, but it's an SQR29, which means that you've got 4 stereo speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. With this model, that was something you got with your LE model. And I must admit, I'm watching this, and I haven't driven this car for actually a year and a bit now. It hasn't really been out the garage, because the Black Knight's been getting all the fame. Here's me showing you some optional extras, including the illuminated dash, front fog lights. But yeah, going back to the car, haven't driven it for a year or so. And the reason being is, as I say, the Black Knight's been getting all the attention. I've been focusing on other projects and bits and pieces. This is one that I really should get out the garage and get back in the MOT bay for a start, because the MOT has lapsed. And get back on the road and enjoy, I think, because it really is beautiful. The last time it came out was the 2021 Festival of the Unexceptional. So yeah, that's not good enough, really, is it? We need to get it back to the MOT bay. Showing you the lights then here, and you can see you've got these lovely wraparound lights at the front, and the front indicators are in the bumper. Bring indicators back to being separate from lights. I think that's a hub nut thing at the moment as well. And you can see the car is looking nice and shiny in this twilight evening in Lincolnshire. Note the steel wheel covers, they were the wheel trims. And what am I pointing out here? I'm pointing out this black trim. Yeah, because when I bought the car, some of this black trim was just held on with sticky tape, so I had to find some black trim. And it was the clips, really, that fail behind them. The clips sort of pop into the metal grooves in the bumper, and then they just slide on. So I managed to find some of those brand new, thanks to my friend Sarah. Sarah, who I bought 6 Protons from earlier this year. If you've seen the videos on the channel, you will know that I've bought my Protons from her. Look at these original decals as well, the Blaupunkt code decals. Don't know what I'm going to show you here. Oh, are we going in the boot? We're going in the boot. Massive boot space here in the car. And one thing I will say about these Protons is they've got a lovely amount of boot space. What is in the boot there? Ah, some wheel trims. Wonder where they are. I think I put them on my 1.3 GLS actually, and that car has since left the building, and I left those wheel trims on, which I'm gutted about, to be honest with you, because they're not the original wheel trims for a GLS. They should have turbine wheel trims on, but I left those in the car. Ah, maybe that's where my it's a shower curtain actually, but I use it as an overspray curtain. I haven't been in the boot of this car for a while. I'm going to have to go in the garage and have a look, because I'm missing some stuff, and actually that stuff is in the boot there. Let's pop the engine bay then. Let's have a look under the engine bay. Powered by the 8-valve Magma engine, 1.5. It's a Mitsubishi engine. Also known as an Orion engine, but we call it the Magma for the benefit of the Protons. What am I doing there? Am I raving or something? Who knows? Oh, it was me holding the camera and not pausing it to open the bonnet. There it is then, the 8-valve Magma engine with the Mitsubishi branded airbox that you can see, and actually under the engine bay is very good condition. There's the Proton bits and pieces under there. The stickers on the headlights, and the original radiator. Oh, the more I'm watching this, the more I'm feeling very guilty for leaving the car in the garage for the past year and a bit. I've since done some work on this engine bay. The Magma sticker that you can see is clearly missing there has been replaced. I managed to get a copy of the original from Malaysia. That has now been put back into place on both the cars, actually. There was one missing from my Black Knight and one missing from this SE LE. So that Magma sticker is now in place on both, and it's got a weird sort of chrome effect decal. It's something I certainly couldn't replicate in the UK with decal stickers. There it is then. That is the Proton 1.5 SE LE. I hope you've enjoyed this video. What are we doing now? Oh, we're going to go look at the Black Knight, I think. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Blimey, my garage is looking tidy there. Have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. And I've repainted my garage since then as well. So everything's progressing. Take care. Thanks for watching. More Proton content on the way soon.